to a new video. This is Road to Top 20 episode 2 part 1. Currently we are at 785.28 rating. I think when we checked it was rank 34. Yeah, rank 34. So yeah, let's skip it to the next battle. Like always, guys, the team is on Patreon. There's a Poke-based plus team building video on Patreon of this team. You can check it out there. And yeah, while you're at it, might as well like the video too and subscribe. It's free and you help me as well. You're helping out your boy. Here I have this matchup. Oh wait, don't tell me. Is this the matchup where we let Ditto versus Ditto? I think it is, because it's quite an offensive team he's running. So I felt safer when leading Ditto, because in case he didn't lead off with a choice scarf, I get to see what moves he's running. But I might be wrong. But yeah, he has a lot of, like, my team struggles versus this kind of stuff. Just because. Yeah, it's oh my god, it is the Ditto versus Ditto. I'm gonna show this shit. But like I mentioned earlier, my team doesn't deal well with strong physical wall breakers. Look at Staraptor. I have no resistance to Brave Bird, so that Staraptor will always get a kill versus me. And losing one of my walls means we both transform, but my transform isn't PP maxed. My transform isn't PP maxed, his is. But the issue here... The issue here is that a Raptor basically claims a kill versus me. And Swine claims many kills versus me as well. And if I don't have Ferrothorn, if I don't have Weezing, I lose to Bunkelder, Weezing, and Breloom. So this is like a very difficult matchup for me. And not having my hit PP max, I went for the struggle here. Just wanted to see how much it did to him. And of course, his Ditto was PP max. He was prepared for this kind of situation. And this is where I took more damage from struggle, but I went Gliscor here because if he transforms into my Gliscor, it's not a big deal, because he's most likely choice scarfed because he wanted few speed ties versus me. And he's not gonna touch me. So in this sense, I think I just went for Facade there. We gotta get some damage off on something. And I think he just goes straight into the Mamoswine, which means he most likely gets up rocks. But yeah, I Facade there. Break a potential Focus Sash, still doing quite some damage to him. And I think I have to go Ferrothorn here. My Ferrothorn is the only Pokemon I can take hits from this guy. And he goes for Stealth Rock, so I think I am going for my own rocks. And if he's smart, he can go into his Ditto here and set up spikes. But he went into Scissors instead. Because if he went Ditto here and went stack spikes, I cannot defend against that team. Here, I stay in. Because I have a Gliscor. And I have a Weezing. I get up my Spike as well, which can help me, but now the problem is my Ferrothorn doesn't switch into his Mamoswine anymore, so I have to be careful about the Mamoswine. So every time Mamoswine comes in, he claims a kill. Here, I can switch into Weezing, but he can double, and that's the thing, I cannot really stop the doubles. But I cannot stay in here and give him a free kill. And this is what I mean in that his team can work really well against mine. I do make the Weezing switch, and luckily he didn't switch here. Because I switched first. And he goes for the Rock Tomb. And this is where shit gets annoying. So Rock Tomb doesn't do much damage to me, but I don't see him taking life of recoil either. I go for Toxic Spikes. He goes for another Rock Tomb. He misses, luckily. I get my Toxic Spikes up. Everything is fine right there. And I made a huge mistake. You guys about to see. This is what lost me the game. I didn't realize that this might have been a Salt Gear from Kelder. But me going for... I actually went for Paint Split, and... because I was a bit afraid, I went for Paint Split, and I think he went hard Mamoswine. Because of this turn, I lost. I can tell you right now. Because he's getting HP back for free. I should have just clicked Flamethrower there. I should have just clicked Flamethrower and went for that 1v1. And yeah. He gets a free switch into Mamoswine, and now I'm gonna lose a Pokemon. Like I said, I'm gonna lose a Pokemon to Mamoswine, but if I click Flamethrower, he would have died. So I made a huge mistake by Paint Splitting there. He goes for Icicle Crash, obviously doesn't matter. He's still gonna 2-hit KO me. Spike again in case he clicks Icicle Crash. I didn't want to bring in my Weavile on that. And I think I have to go into Weavile here, which is the only thing that outspeeds this. And I think I went for Pursuit there. Just to make him think I'm choiced. Just to make him think I'm choiced. He goes for Ice Shard. I could have gone for Ice Shard myself, actually. And I wouldn't have taken this damage, but it doesn't make a difference in the sense that I would still live a Stealth Rock hit from here. But I guess I would have lived 2 Stealth Rock hits. No. Still, would still be the same, but he goes Scissor. I was hoping he would go Staraptor or Breloom or something, hoping that I'm locked into this attack. And yeah, here's the next thing. I think I go Weezing. I think I should have gone into Gliscor here. Did I go Mienshao on the anticipating U-turn? I think I should have gone Gliscor here, to be honest. Try to keep my Weezing and try to win with Ditto. Because we got a lot of damage off on this Scizor. Because that Kukelder could be running Ice Punch. Like Salt Gear Ice Punch can definitely be a Sep. Like Rock Tomb to slower Gliscor so he can hit them with Ice Punch. I guess I was debating here what to go into, but I felt like I needed Weavile to Ice Shard the Staraptor still. And otherwise I need to win a speed tie with my Ditto. I do go Gliscor here though. As he U-turns out, and I think he goes into Staraptor and he's gonna claim a kill on me. That's what I mean, I have no switch to Staraptor. Don't know if I stay in here. I think I should have sacked my Mienshao here, to be honest. But we'll see what I do. See what a huge mistake I made by not flamethrowing there. I roosted there. Oh, I see. I figured if he was Scarfed, I would probably live there. So he had to be banded. That's maybe what I figured, but this guy, I was calling Jolly, and this was most likely Adamant Staraptor. So I think I tried to go with my own Ditto here. And I lost the speed tie. Yeah, I can blame it on if I win the speed, I also win this game. But yeah, if I didn't click Paint Split like an idiot, I actually won this speed tie. Hey, why did it go wrong? Oh, he had a recoil. He still has his own Ditto too. He has Scizor. Wonder if I... What do we do here? Because I think it's a tough decision here, yeah. Because if I go Weezing, I might... Because Weezing needs to take care of Breloom and Conkeldurr. If I lose Weezing, I lose. So if I switch in Weezing here, he cannot take on both Conkeldurr and Breloom. And I did make that play. Those were bullets. And that's a 2-hit KO. I don't think he dies to... Yeah. It was a really tough position to be in. If I was Bandit Weaver, I would probably have won this game. Like I said, that flamethrower, that pain split play on the Mamoswine, because it was already very difficult switching into Mamoswine and then giving him free HP and a free kill. Because I would have still had Ferrothorn alive, which I could have used against the Staraptor. Not necessarily against the Staraptor, but I could have swapped it in here instead of letting Weezing take this Bullet Punch, which sealed the deal. Like there was literally no reason for me to click Pain Split. That Conkeldurr was never really gonna damage me, so I could have just kept flamethrowering. If anything, I just clicked Toxic on him. But I gave Mamoswine the free healing. Here I go into I have to go Ditto. And we just Bullet Punch her. He's forced to go Conkeldurr because I might kill Breloom with the spikes, Stealth Rock and spikes damage. Probably not, but I Bullet Punch here, and he Drain punches, and yeah, he doesn't get too much recovery. So I was like, okay, maybe. I was thinking, can I knock him out with close combat here with me and Shao, because it would be really close. So I was thinking, do I go for the Rock Slide flinch first? I decided to go for close combat. I was really debating 48.3. It can be close, but I went for the close combat anyway, and just look at how little HP he lives there. But that could have been a roll, but yeah, that crit did not matter obviously. And yeah, I die. He's not in Ice Shard range. I could kill Breloom with Ice Shard, but his Ditto was still healthy enough to take me on, and I couldn't fight back against Ditto. So I lose this game. And it's all because I made that stupid Pain Split play. And that's why, guys, those little mistakes do cost games. Because it was really difficult switching into this team. This is also where I decided, okay, I'm gonna PP max the transform. Don't want this situation again. So we did. And on the next game, Hyper Offense, yeah, not that important, I think, because I smashed that guy as well. So we won. What is this? Jing. Okay, let's watch this game. So another quite offensive team. It can still be a defensive Gliscor and a defensive Rotom. So it doesn't necessarily have to be hyper offense. But on first glance, it looks like an offensive team. So I definitely got to keep my Ditto in the back for that Infernape, because Infernape is gonna be the scariest Pokemon to deal with, especially if it's Mixtape. If it is Mixtape, I will lose a Pokemon every time it comes in. So I think in this, I'm gonna lead with Ditto here in this game. I mean, Mienshao is not bad, but if he does lead Infernape, I want to lead Ditto, because I want to find out what kind of Infernape we're dealing with there. And he does go directly into his Infernape, so I get to see what Infernape we're facing, and that's really important. So it's indeed mixtape. Yeah, I show hidden power fire, but that's because of my hidden power type. That's definitely hidden power ice. So I have an issue here. I cannot switch into this guy because my Mienshao is gonna die to close combat. I felt like I have to stay in there. And in hindsight, maybe I should have clicked overheat, because it still would have done a lot of damage to this Infernape. Because there should be no way he's staying in versus me, right? But I was too paranoid about this thing. Like, if I kill Infernape, I have a good chance of winning this game. But this Infernape is most likely Life Orb, so if I do have to switch into him, I have to play around switches and let him take Life Orb recoil. So, do I go directly into Gliscor to anticipate his Gliscor? I do go Gliscor, okay. Because I did expect him to switch out as well. And if he did close combat me, there's no way he clicks Hidden Power Ice on me. But he went into Rotom, and I did activate my Orb, so that worked out for me. And yeah, the thing is, I can go Ferrothorn here. But if he Volt switches and gets in the Infernape, he gets the kill. So it is really, like, this position just really sucked. Because in this position, I don't really want a Sword Stance. I might do it though. I might do it because I'm just too paranoid about this thing. But my Gliscor could probably 1v1 his Gliscor. And if I lose my Gliscor, his Gliscor can be an issue. Because I cannot reliably switch into him. So I think I did go for the route, for the Mienshao route. Because I can still fake out against Infernape. But the Rotom showed Substitute. And I was like, what the heck? Is this sub nasty plot? I needed to figure out, am I faster, am I slower than this guy? I close combat first as he Hydro Pumps. And okay. So I get off my close combat and I knew I can live another Hydro Pump. So I think I U-turn there. I think I U-turn. As he Hydro Pumps again. I get off my beautiful U-turn. My Mienshao is low, but now I go Ferrothorn. And unless if this is Hidden Power Fire, that would be strange. Because what is he running? That Hidden Power Fire, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt? Is that his set? I think I decided to get up Stealth Rock because I want to pressure that Infernape. Because I'm not even looking at the other Pokemon. I need to get rid of that Infernape. I can switch into the other Pokemon. Infernape is the big issue I cannot really reliably switch into. And there might be a possibility that he goes hard Infernape, but if I get up Stealth Rock at least, I can pressure him next time. Because he's 100% gonna switch here. But I wanted Stealth Rock up and he did go into Scissor. So even if he U-turns into Infernape, he's still gonna take that Stealth Rock damage. And there might be a possibility that I even stay in there and click Spikes. Because I know I don't die to a Choice Band at close combat, but my opponent decides to Sword Stance up, which is interesting. I just went for Spike there, and this is all to pressure that Infernape. And especially because that Rotom didn't show, that Rotom showed Substitute, he might not be Defog. And if that's Defog Gliscor, that would be strange because he doesn't have a Stealth Rocker. But I think I decided to sack Mienshao here. Because I can use Ferrothorn to beat the Rotom. But my opponent decides to Sword Stance again. Going to +4, some scary stuff. And he's gonna Bullet there. Let's see if he's Life Orbed. He is Life Orbed, and yeah, that might be able to knock out my Ditto, so I was skulking. Can he knock out Ditto with +4 Life Orb? And let's skulk it here. I was calking it, but I think I remember that um, I did use the right base HP, but I didn't. I forgot that I had max HP EVs on the Ditto, so I thought I would die with Ditto, but I was wrong. I could have gone Ditto as well, but I know Weezing doesn't die to +4, and I can just knock him out with Flamethrower. But my Gliscor is still alive to take on Mian Xiao as well, and then I can still use this Weezing to take on the Breloom. But yeah, Gliscor ends up coming in there. I don't know if this is default Gliscor, but like I said, it would be strange if it was. I think I'd go hard Gliscor here as well. Because Gliscor doesn't do more than dealing with this, Weavile doesn't do more than dealing with this Gliscor. And if this was defog, I wanted to punish him for defogging. So here I just click Spear because I got my rocks up. We know Rotom is most likely not defog when he showed Substitute before. I just go for Spear. He does end up going into the Rotom. And I got the 5 hits, and I was pretty sure I knocked him out with Night Slash from here. I crit him, but I'm pretty sure that crit did not matter. So Rotom is gone, his Ice type resist is gone, and now Infernape is most likely coming in unless the Mian Xiao has Fake Out or is True Scarf. And he did go into Breloom, and I think I was calking Ice Shard. But if he's max HP, he can actually live Ice Shard from here. Like Toxic Poison Heal. So, because he doesn't have to be a Technician. He doesn't have to be Technician. Can also be like a defensive Breloom. I think I just swap into Weezing. Like I said, my Gliscor can still take on the Mian Xiao. And he does go for Mach Punch. And that ended up being Technician most likely, so I could have probably killed him with Ice Shard. But now we can definitely kill him next time. And I even went for Toxic Spikes here. He was gonna Spore me anyway, but I went for Toxic Spikes to pressure the Infernape even more. I will be burning a Sleep Turn there. I'm just gonna click it again. As he Bullet Seeds. He does take the Life Orb, and I don't wake up, which is unfortunate, but he's still gonna take a Life Orb chip against me. And I can still go into Weavile here to click Ice Shard. Because if he switches out, he has to come into Stealth Rock as Spikes again, and I can use Gliscor also to knock him out if he doesn't get 5 hits on me. And he doesn't have a switch to this, because even Infernape doesn't like switching into this. We know he doesn't have Mach Punch on Infernape either. But yeah, he could have swapped to Ape. Now Infernape does end up coming in, and I think I still wanted to keep this for the Gliscor. And at this point, my Ferrothorn is kind of useless. So I might as well use him here. And he does go for the Close Combat, which is perfect. Because it doesn't kill me, first of all. And he takes Iron Barbs plus Life Orb. And then he has to take another Life Orb hit when attacking me. And if he clicks Overheat, he cannot kill my Gliscor with Hidden Power Rise because of the special attack drop. So he decided to Close Combat again. And I think I go into I might even go Ditto here. But I can also go Weavile because he's pretty low. And I can a bunch of things. I can go Weavile and click Icicle Spear because I'm pretty sure he dies with -2 defense. I think that's a really good play. Because I got Stealth Rock plus Spike, so Mian Xiao is not gonna like it. Gliscor is gonna die. I think I like that play more. Because if I go Gliscor now, he can still click Hidden Power Rise on me. That's Life Orb. If I go Ditto, I have to use Overheat, which I don't like either. I like going Weavile here. We know he doesn't have Mach Punch. Yeah, so I do go for Spear. He's at -2 defense. But there's no way he's gonna live this, even if I only get 2 hits. But he decides to go into Mienshao anyway. And those are Stealth Rocks and Spikes. 2, 3. And I might even go directly into Gliscor here. Because now Infernape comes into Stealth Rock and Spikes as well. So Infernape is gonna die to Ice Shard. Gliscor is gonna die to Ice Shard. I just switch out in case he goes for Fake Out. But he goes for U-turn. And he decides to go Infernape, which only has 1 attack left. I think I just sack Ditto here. And if he goes for Hidden Power Rise, I actually get to live. He dies. Then I can click Overheat on Infernape. But he missed. What do I do here? Do I Hidden Power here? What do we do? That miss kind of sucked. Because I could have overheated on the next turn. But yeah, he doesn't know if I'm Hidden Power Ice. But he might be he might just forfeit just because he thinks I'm Hidden Power Ice, but not realizing that I'm Hidden Power Fire. But even if that's the case, I just get in Gliscor, I just get in Weavile and click Icicle Spear. And he does decide to forfeit there. But I'm pretty sure that Weavile still knocks him out if I only get 2 hits against him, because it's 4 times super effective. Let's see if I check my points here. 785.55. I don't know if that's top 30. 785.55. That's rank 34. Yeah, 785.35. So that's rank 34. Let's see what the next battle. Some crazy team with Cloyster. I think this. I'll watch this. He just gets 6 out by Wheezing, basically, with his team. Yeah, not gonna watch this battle either. Okay, this battle might seem cool. Let's see. Yeah, let's watch this battle. So, some interesting things going on. My opponent running a really slow team, though. His fastest Pokemon is gonna be either Rotom or NIDOKING. So pretty damn slow team. Weavile can be decent there, but he has 3 Pokemon resisting Weavile: Rotom, Scizor, and Empoleon. Mienshao can U-turn around. Mienshao is important into NIDOKING. But Gliscor is gonna be the big one. Once his NIDOKING falls, my Gliscor can take over this game. But I do need chip on the Rotom as well. So early game, I gotta rely on Mienshao knocking off Rotom's leftovers, maybe knocking out the Life Orb from the NIDOKING, right? Making him a bit weaker, and then U-turning around, getting in my Gliscor, and use because my opponent cannot freely switch in NIDOKING on my Gliscor. He's already taking a Facade or Earthquake, which he's not gonna appreciate. And as long as I have Wheezing, I can keep Scizor and Breloom in check. And yeah, my Ditto isn't too reliable this game, but it can still copy his NIDOKING and be threatening. And yeah, Ferrothorn can obviously, against this Rotom and Empoleon, can get up Stealth Rock and Spikes and be annoying. So yeah, early game is probably where I'm going to use Mienshao the most, trying to get those knockoffs. But I'll be leading over Ditto, trying to find out certain sets. And if he leads Rotom, he does have 2 ground types. But I think I'm still going to Volt Switch there. Yeah, it does lead Rotom. I do go Ditto. And because I want to find out sets as soon as possible. So in this sense, I look at this moves and it's Toxic Defog, so there's no Pain Split on this one. And there's also no way he touches my Ferrothorn. I just click Volt Switch. He goes confidently into the Gliscor, which is fine, you know. I am going Ferrothorn first in case he has knockoff on this, because if this is Stealth Rock or something, I can get up Stealth Rock in return. But he decides to go for U-turn. I get some Iron Barb chip on him. There comes the Nidoking, and yeah, normally you would think, oh, Nidoking can be super strong for me. It is. But as long as he doesn't have Hazard Sub and my Mienshao at full HP, I can go Mienshao. And take this Flamethrower like a beast. Look how little that does, and I think I tried to knock him off here. Oh, actually, U-turn. Anticipating Gliscor, because he probably doesn't want to take a knockoff. I U-turn. And what am I trying? Am I trying to get up rocks with Ferrothorn, or do I go... Because if I go Weavile, he has too many switches to bring in on this. I do think I bring in Ferrothorn and just start setting up Stealth Rock, especially because I saw a U-turn on this Gliscor. But I might even go into my own Gliscor activating the orb. Oh, actually, I did go Weavile. So what are we doing here? Because he has too many switches for me. Am I doubling here? Oh, I see. I went Weavile. Okay, let me explain that play. I went Weavile to make him switch into either Rotom or Empoleon, right? And then double into Ferrothorn so I can get up Stealth Rock in case this is Taunt or something. But he protects. And he showed U-turn protect, which is already really strange to me. But it's fine. I still get the Stealth Rock. And my opponent does go back into the Nidoking, so I get on my Stealth Rock, which is awesome. And yeah, back to Mienshao we go. If he does click Earth Power or Sludge Wave, we cannot switch him in too many times. But he never 2-hit KOs us. And he does click Flamethrower again, so we'll be good there. Might even... Yeah, I U-turn again as he does Earth Power now. And that's gonna do a bit below 50%. Yeah, I do get my U-turn off, and I think I go Weavile here. And we might try to attempt the Pursuit there. That's the problem with Nidoking. It gets easily Pursuit Trap by Weavile. So we do Pursuit him here. And he does swap, and now he's super low. So Empoleon does end up coming in there. I think I just go directly into Mienshao just to get the Regenerator back. Because if I don't get Regenerator now with this guy, I cannot switch into Nidoking. So even if I'm burnt, as long as I can switch into Nidoking, I'm okay with it. And my opponent went for Stealth Rock, so I do get the recovery on this guy. And I think I still U-turn here. Because all I wanted was the recovery. And my opponent does bring in the Gliscor. I actually go straight into Weavile here. Okay. Am I pursuing here as well? Yes, Protect. Oh, wait. I tried to cheese him here. I tried pursuing here. I see. Because I knew he had Protect, so I tried pursuing here, making him think I'm Choice Banded. And then I tried to click Icicle Spare. But it didn't work out against this opponent, I think. Yeah, I did swap out. But I felt like I had to try. Because that would have been an easy game. If I killed a Gliscor there on the spot. Now my opponent gets a free Rotom Volt switch off. So Nidoking is gonna come in again. But I think I just went straight into Mienshao, so Nidoking couldn't come in. That might be me. Like going Mienshao instead of Ferrothorn because he might go for a Volt Switch. Yeah, because had I gone into Ferrothorn there, he could have Earth Powered 2 times with the Nidoking, but now Nidoking cannot come in for free on me. So he's forced to go Gliscor again or something. Which can also U-turn, but... But at least now I'm at full HP with the Mienshao. And I go Gliscor here. That way the Nidoking might not click Sludge Wave on my Gliscor. He gets an annoying crit. And he does go Nidoking, and now I feel a bit safer going Mienshao because it is very unlikely that he clicks Sludge Wave in this scenario. I decide to switch into Mienshao here. And he did still click Sludge Wave, which was insane. But I felt like, okay, I'm still outside of range. I U-turn again. Nidoking took Stealth Rock damage, so that helps. And yeah, I still get the U-turn now if he does go Gliscor. I think I go Ferrothorn here now regardless. And go for Spike or something. You can also go for Leech Seed. But he might be afraid to go into U-turn into Nidoking now. I just Spike anyway. And he does Hard Swap into Scissor, and now Nidoking is gonna die if he doesn't defog. But we don't see leftovers on him, so I assumed he was offensive. This means that I went into Wheezing in case he does Swords Dance here for some reason. But he U-turns, which made me think he was Choice Banded. But we look at the damage. Hard to tell if that's Choice Banded. But if Rotom comes in, it takes Stealth Rock plus Spikes damage there. Oh, actually, Nidoking doesn't die. It resists Stealth Rock, of course. There, Rotom takes all this damage. I think I still go into... There's no way I stay in, right? There's no way I stay in. Don't tell me. Did I really click Duck? Oh my god. Okay. My thought process probably at that moment was... Because I did remember turn 1 when we used Ditto against the Rotom. We saw he was Toxic Defog. So I guess I guess I knew at the time he had Defog. Because I still know he has Defog on this. And I have a Wheezing, I have a Mienshao I can switch in. I have Double Hazard, so he might be looking for a Defog. So yeah, I guess this was the moment where I Toxic'd him. And I cannot miss Toxics. So I can definitely see the play at the time. Which, this was actually not a bad play. If you consider the position my opponent was in. Now he hard swaps into Nidoking. So really smart play. As I get in my Ferrothorn. But I think I still made the Mienshao play, because if he clicks Flamethrower, I still live 2 hits. If he does go for Sludge Wave, so be it. And he did go for Flamethrower, so he called it wrong a few times, and I'm still outside of range. And now I get the U-turn, get a shit ton of HP back. And I think I just went Ferrothorn again, but to get up Stealth Rock. Mienshao's still quite healthy here. And we're 24 turns in and there's still no kill. But I felt like I've been ahead all game. And I still Stealth Rock. And yeah, I can predict anything else but flamethrower, but there's really no need. Mian Xiao lives a hit. If he kills Mian Xiao, it's also fine. Because, like I said, my Gliscor, I could have predicted anything else but flamethrower and stayed in with Ferrothorn. But the thing is, I don't need Mian Xiao at this point anymore. Rotom is low. Rotom is poisoned. If Nidoking dies, my Gliscor wins, because his Gliscor isn't the Swords Dance. It's a U-turn protect set, so my Gliscor just sets up on his Gliscor. His Empoleon cannot beat my Gliscor. Even with Ice Beam, I don't die. And that Rotom is gonna die to Facade at that point. So the only way he can kill me is if he either gets a Swords Dance with Technician Bullet Punch on Breloom, or he gets 5 hits with Life Orb or Bullet Seed. That's the only way he can win. So I was fine with second Mian Xiao here. Like I always say, I just set up for Gliscor to win, and this is literally the condition, because now I just sack this, and I go Weavile, click Pursuit, Nidoking is gone, and I win with Gliscor. So even though he picked up the first kill, I already set up for victory. So if no strange things happen, I win the game, because I just Pursuit, and whether he stays in or switches out, he's gonna die. And Gliscor's Poison Orb is already activated, so I don't have to worry there. And I can just freely go Ferrothorn here, and just set up my spikes, which is gonna annoy 3 of his members, because he's gonna set up his own rocks. That's all cool. We should just set up spikes. Scizor is probably Choice Bandit. He does go into the Scizor here. Get my spikes up. Still keep this mount because it's free. And yeah, I can always Ice Shard. I can always Ice Shard to Breloom. If it's Poison Heal Breloom, my Gliscor beats it pretty much. Does U-turn here. And next time he has to come into Stealth Rock and Spikes again, so that's gonna be super helpful. His Rotom comes in, but that means he comes in on Stealth Rock and Spikes, because I removed the Levitate. There's no Pain Split on this Rotom. And yeah, one more and he's gonna die. He's gonna be in Facade range. So I just go Ferrothorn here. I don't care if he defogs, because he defogs his own rocks away, and he decides to forfeit. Even though he picked up the first kill, I still win this game, because he's gonna lose to Gliscor. Straight up. It's most likely Bandit Scizor, so Bandit Scizor does like 40% to my with Bullet Punch to my Gliscor, never more than half HP, so I heal it all back. Rotom dies to Facade. I Roost on Empoleon, Swords Dance on him, click Earthquake, Swords Dance on the Gliscor. So the only way you can kill me is if something crazy happens with the Breloom, but that's the only way. But I still have my Weavile in the back, I still have my Ditto in the back. Weezing is still alive. So we already set up for victory there. But let's see where it puts us. It puts us at 788.0404. Let's see where that is on the ladder. 788.04. Oh. 788.04. I have to scroll up a bit. 788.04. It's rank 33. So I only went wrong 788.04, so only one rank up in this episode. But yeah, it was a pretty long battle. I hope you guys still enjoyed it. I also hope you enjoy my explanation, of course. If you did, guys, hit me up with one of these. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and hit that notification bell while you're at it, to know when my videos go live for you. And yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and you can check out the team on Patreon. There's a PokePaste plus team building video on Patreon. You can check it out. Me explaining the team and the strategy, everything, thought process. And obviously you can join our Discord server if you'd like to stay in touch and discuss this game or discuss anything related to this. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace out.